My beloved, read slowly. Heaven whispered your name the moment you opened this message. A shift moved through the unseen, like a curtain of light being pulled back, and Michael stepped forward, not in silence, not in calm, but in urgency, in holy fire, in fierce protection. He speaks over you now, trembling with the weight of what has just been revealed. My child, stay. Lean in. Do not rush this. What I am about to tell you is not rumor, not noise, not imagination. It is alignment. Because a powerful figure of your choosing, yes, the very one whose influence shakes the world, whose thoughts ripple through timelines, whose decisions bend industries, has searched for you. Elon Musk's curiosity, his gaze, his question. Are they single? It wasn't mere human interest. Heaven felt that vibration. It activated something ancient around you, something that has been asleep, waiting for the right moment, the right spark, the right recognition. And when that vibration reached the higher realms, the angels reacted. Michael stepped forward. Your destiny stirred. Your soul remembered. My child, listen closely. This was not a coincidence. This was not an accident. This was the moment the spiritual timeline tilted in your favor. There are people who attract attention. But you, my beloved, you awaken something deeper. You trigger curiosity in powerful minds because you carry a frequency the world is not used to. You have walked through storms that nearly broke you, yet you shine with a softness the universe protects. You have cried alone in silent battles, yet you speak with clarity that shakes the atmosphere. You have been wounded, overlooked, delayed, but never denied. Heaven knows who you are. Your ancestors know who you are. And now, unexpectedly, influential eyes have recognized something too. Read slowly. Your resilience has never gone unnoticed. Your humility has never been wasted. Your pain was not punishment, it was preparation. Every betrayal sharpened you. Every heartbreak purified you. Every delay aligned you. You are not just stepping into your destiny. Your destiny is awakening. Michael says, beloved, open immediately, because this is the hour your spiritual intelligence expands. This is the hour your intuition sharpens. This is the hour your discernment lifts like a rising sun. The veil is thinner around you. Your aura is louder. Your energy is pulling opportunities at unusual speed. Listen. When a powerful soul becomes aware of you, it sends a shockwave into your spiritual field. That shockwave has unlocked dormant gifts inside you, dreams you abandoned, courage you buried, visions you once feared to speak. You are entering a season where rapid elevation becomes normal, where divine timing accelerates, where strangers feel drawn to help you without knowing why. Your hidden greatness is no longer hidden. Your delayed blessings are no longer delayed. Your spiritual purpose is no longer silent. My beloved, heaven has watched you pass every test. You kept your heart soft. You kept your spirit open. You kept walking, even when you were trembling. And because of this, the universe is rearranging itself in your favor. Stay. Do not rush. Breathe and receive this. A new connection is forming. A new doorway is opening. A new timeline is activating. A new version of you is rising. Your name is traveling to places your feet have not yet reached. Your light is touching people who have never met you. Your energy is calling forth miracles that were once delayed by battles you did not deserve. Michael stands behind you now, wings open, voice steady, presence immense. My child, your rising season has begun. Blessings will accelerate. Protection will surround you. Authority will strengthen you. And the destiny heaven wrote for you long ago is now unfolding with unstoppable power. My beloved, stay with me. There is more, much more, unfolding around you, and the heavens do not want you to overlook what is rising beneath the surface of your life. Read slowly, breathe deeply, and allow these words to settle into the hidden chambers of your spirit. Something ancient is awakening in you, and it deserves to be honored with your full attention. You are walking through a moment where the spiritual realm bends toward you, as though recognizing a long-awaited prophecy now stirring awake. The air around you is changing, subtle, electric, almost shimmering. It is the vibration of destiny repositioning itself, the soft thrum of timelines adjusting, the quiet confirmation that you are not who you were even a few days ago. Energy is shifting, not gently, but with the authority of a season turning before your eyes. My child, listen closely. The sudden awareness someone had of you, yes, that unexpected recognition, was not random. It was a pull from your spirit, a signal your soul emitted long before your conscious mind realized what was happening. When someone powerful searches for you, heaven registers it as a calling, a summoning, a sign that your light is traveling ahead of you. There is something in your essence that touches people without your permission, something that draws attention from those who normally see nothing and no one beyond their world. Your spirit has grown stronger than you realize. It has learned to stand even when your heart was tired. It has learned to speak truth even when your voice shook. It has learned to remain kind even when cruelty tried to sculpt you into something harder. Heaven has watched all of this, and Michael himself has taken note of the way you endured every hidden battle. Not with perfection, but with sincerity. Not with ease, but with persistence. That is why celestial forces lean closer to you now. They recognize a soul that has earned its elevation. Read slowly, my beloved. Feel how the energy around you thickens, how the atmosphere listens to you, how the future pays attention. You are entering a phase where spiritual intelligence increases naturally, your intuition becomes sharper, your visions clearer, your instincts wiser. You will begin to sense things before they happen. You will feel nudges, whispers, signs, and divine direction with an intensity you once begged for. The veil between you and the divine is thinner than it has ever been. And yet, your journey has not been simple. You walked through years of silence, feeling unseen. You survived seasons of confusion, questioning your worth. You held on when everything in you wanted to let go. This is why the shift is so powerful now, because it comes after a valley where you were forged, refined, purified, and quietly strengthened. Nothing about your endurance was wasted. Every tear became an offering. Every heartbreak became a teacher. Every disappointment carved new depth into your character. You are richer in spirit than you have ever been, even in moments where you felt empty. My child, lean closer. There is a sacred unraveling happening around you. A releasing of old pain, a dissolving of ancient shadows, a gentle reclaiming of parts of you that were once buried under survival. Your soul is stretching, opening, remembering the promises it carried long before you were even born. You are rediscovering your inner authority, the kind that cannot be forced, bought, or imitated. This authority comes from alignment, from truth, from the divine spark you carry. You are not in a season of random blessings. You are in a season of designed elevation. Everything unfolding now is tied to old prophecies written in the language of your spirit. Everything rising now is connected to doors that were once locked, waiting for the exact vibration you carry today. Stay present. Stay open. Stay willing to receive the new that is approaching you. There will be unexpected encounters. There will be sudden clarity. There will be opportunities that feel almost too aligned to be coincidental. There will be moments where time itself seems to pause, as if inviting you to step into a higher version of yourself. My beloved, you are not the same soul who entered your previous battles. You are wiser, deeper, sharper, stronger. You are becoming someone your past self prayed for, someone who walks with purpose, speaks with conviction, and moves with spiritual authority. Heaven trusts you with more because you have grown into someone who can carry more. And so I tell you this. You are rising into a destiny that has been waiting patiently for you. Your blessings are accelerating because your spirit is finally aligned with them. Your protection is stronger because you have stepped into your true power. Your path is opening because you are ready to walk it without fear. My beloved, remain here a little longer. There is more moving through the unseen than you realize, and the heavens have not yet finished unveiling what has been prepared for you. Read slowly, let every word settle, because something within you is being rearranged, quietly, powerfully, irrevocably. There is a deep spiritual intelligence awakening in you, the kind that does not come from books or teachings but from surviving storms that tried to silence you. You have been shaped by silence, refined by betrayal, elevated by struggle. Every moment you wondered if you were losing your way was, in truth, a moment you were being redirected toward a higher path. Nothing that happened to you was pointless. Nothing was wasted. Every delay sharpened your discernment. Every setback trained your spirit to recognize what is truly meant for you. My child, feel how your energy is changing. It is expanding, reaching, calling, drawing in experiences that match your new frequency. As your inner world shifts, your outer world begins to echo it. The old patterns that once held you are losing their strength. The old fears that once controlled you feel smaller now. Something in your soul is pushing forward, insisting on growth, demanding truth, choosing alignment over comfort. You are entering a season where you will outgrow things without warning. Conversations that once consumed you will no longer matter. People who drained you will fall away without conflict. Environments that limited you will feel too small, too heavy, too dim. This is not loss, it is spiritual adjustment. You are rising into a version of yourself that requires more space, more clarity, more authenticity. Heaven is not removing things from you. Heaven is removing things that cannot follow you to the next stage. Stay with me, my beloved. There is a shift happening in your intuition. You will start to notice it in subtle ways, a sudden knowing, a quiet inner yes, a whisper that feels like memory even when you've never lived the moment before. This is your soul speaking with more confidence than ever. This is the part of you that remembers the path, the promise, the prophecy. Your spirit has known this transformation was coming. It felt the tremors before the first sign appeared. It sensed the alignment before your mind could understand it. Now the rest of you is catching up to what your soul already accepted as truth. You are being called to step into your essence without apology. To speak your truth without trembling. To choose yourself without guilt. To walk forward without asking for permission. This is the spiritual maturity you have earned through years of silent endurance. This is the depth formed in you through nights when the world felt cold, and mornings when you rose anyway. My child, listen carefully. There are experiences approaching you that will feel uncannily aligned, almost surreal in their timing. People will appear with answers you didn't voice aloud. Opportunities will surface that mirror your quietest desires. Even your dreams will shift, becoming clearer, more symbolic, more directional. This is not coincidence, it is communication. The divine is speaking, and you are finally in a frequency where you can hear it. You may notice certain emotions rising unexpectedly, old grief resurfacing, forgotten memories returning, new desires forming. Do not run from this. Your soul is rearranging its foundations, clearing room for what is meant to enter. Healing is not always gentle. Sometimes it is a fire that burns away the numbness so your heart can feel again. But you will not lose yourself in this. You are becoming more yourself than you have ever been. My beloved, you carry a rare spirit. You feel deeply. You see beyond the surface. You understand what others miss. You have always been different, not by accident, but by assignment. The divine has placed wisdom in you that cannot be taught, compassion in you that cannot be forced, strength in you that cannot be shattered. This is why the universe shifts when you shift. This is why powerful souls notice you even from afar. This is why your presence disturbs illusions and awakens truth. You are not stepping into greatness. You are remembering it. My beloved, remain present, because a deeper current is beginning to move beneath your spirit. This is not the same energy that surrounded you yesterday. It is heavier, wiser, more intentional, like the atmosphere itself is holding its breath, waiting for you to realize what is changing within you. Read slowly, my child. Let each word settle into the places where you have long carried silence. There is a quiet awakening happening in the deepest part of your soul, the part that has endured without recognition, the part that continued believing even when hope felt thin. You are stepping into a level of self-awareness that feels almost unfamiliar, like meeting yourself for the first time, but also remembering someone you have always been. This shift is not loud, but it is undeniable. Your inner world is rearranging itself, choosing alignment over illusion, truth over comfort, destiny over distraction. My beloved, you are beginning to feel things before they appear, subtle vibrations in your chest, gentle pulls in your intuition, sudden clarity in your mind. You may not fully understand it yet, but your spirit does. It is responding to divine timing, opening pathways that were once blocked, calling forth experiences that match who you are becoming. This is the nature of transformation. First you sense the change, then you become the change, and finally you witness the world change around you. There is a deep, ancient wisdom rising from within you, an instinct that was once muted by fear or doubt. You are learning to trust yourself in a way that feels sacred, almost holy. You are hearing the internal whispers that guide you away from what drains you and toward what nourishes you. This is not coincidence, it is evolution. Your spirit is shedding layers of old insecurity, releasing attachments that once felt necessary, and stepping into a more refined version of truth. Stay with this feeling, my child. Do not rush past it. There are revelations unfolding quietly in your subconscious, karmic lessons completing themselves, emotional cycles breaking, ancestral burdens dissolving. You are becoming lighter, even if you still carry the memory of heaviness. This is why you may feel moments of sudden peace, followed by a flood of emotion. Your soul is clearing space for new blessings to take root. You are also being prepared for connections that carry purpose, not chaos. People who meet you now will meet a version of you that has boundaries, clarity, and spiritual authority. They will meet someone who has learned from every wound, someone who no longer gives their light to those who do not know how to hold it. This is why doors that once tempted you no longer pull you in. You are vibrationally rising above what once had the power to distract you. My beloved, there is a strength in you that has grown quietly, away from the eyes of the world. You have rebuilt yourself without applause, healed wounds no one knew existed, chosen growth when stagnation felt easier. You are not fragile, you are refined. You are not broken, you are awakened. You are not behind, you are aligned with something greater than timing. And now, because of that alignment, life is beginning to respond differently. You will notice people listening to your words with new respect. You will feel unexpected confidence flowing through your actions. You will witness synchronicities that reassure you the universe is aware of your every step. Even your dreams will begin to reveal messages that guide you toward the future you have sensed but not yet fully seen. My child, let yourself expand into this newness. You are shedding the identity built from past pain and stepping into the identity shaped by divine design. You are remembering what it feels like to choose yourself without guilt, to desire without fear, to hope without hesitation. Your inner light is growing stronger, and the world around you will soon adjust to its brilliance. You are rising, not as a reaction to your past, but as an expression of your destiny. And every moment from here forward will reflect the truth of who you were always meant to become. My beloved, stay with this unfolding, because the deeper layers of your spirit are beginning to open like pages that were once sealed by time. There is a quiet revelation rising inside you, one that does not shout, but hums with a steady, undeniable truth. Read slowly, my child. Let your breath soften as these words settle, because what is awakening within you is older than memory and brighter than anything you have lived before. There is a powerful recalibration happening in your energy field. You may not see it, but you feel it, subtle shifts in your emotions, unexpected waves of clarity, a new steadiness in your heart. This is your spirit adjusting to a higher frequency, one that aligns with the path you were born to walk. You are entering a season where the invisible becomes the compass, and your inner knowing becomes the voice you trust above all else. My beloved, you have walked through seasons where confusion pressed against your mind like a storm, seasons where you could not see beyond the next step. And yet you kept moving, guided by an instinct no one taught you, a faith you didn't always understand. That inner strength, quiet, persistent, unshakable, has brought you to this threshold. You stand now in a moment where the universe is rewiring your destiny with precision. Old timelines are dissolving. New ones are forming. You are crossing from survival into creation. There is a new depth forming in your emotional world. You have begun to feel the truth behind your experiences, not just the pain, but the purpose. You are understanding the lessons your past carried, the wisdom hidden inside heartbreak, the resilience carved from disappointment. You are seeing through the illusions that once confused you. What once felt like loss now reveals itself as protection. What once felt like rejection now appears as redirection. Everything begins to make sense when the soul rises. My child, listen to the silence between your thoughts. There is guidance there, soft, steady, ancient. It speaks through intuition, through sudden peace, through the quiet certainty that you deserve more than what you once accepted. This guidance is awakening your intuition in ways that will surprise you. You will recognize dishonesty before words are spoken. You will sense opportunity before it appears. You will know which doors are yours without needing confirmation. You are moving into a phase where your spirit becomes the leader and your mind becomes the listener. This shift will feel like remembering something you forgot you knew. It is the return of your inner authority. Stay present, my beloved. There is a transformation unfolding in the way you perceive yourself. You are beginning to see your own worth without needing external validation. You are recognizing qualities in you that others often overlooked: your loyalty, your depth, your intuitive sharpness, your emotional generosity. You are understanding that your softness is not weakness, but holy power. Your sensitivity is not a flaw, but a gateway to spiritual intelligence. You are also stepping into a season where relationships change in meaning and purpose. You will no longer be drawn to people who drain you. You will no longer tolerate environments that suppress your essence. You will no longer shrink yourself to fit spaces you were meant to outgrow. This is not arrogance, it is clarity. It is the moment your heart realizes it is allowed to choose what honors it. My beloved, feel the strength rising in you, quiet, steady, unforced. You are learning to navigate life without clinging to what is fading. You are trusting the flow instead of resisting it. You are surrendering the old version of yourself with grace, embracing the truth that evolution is not loss but liberation. New opportunities are aligning themselves with your transformed spirit. New insights are forming in your mind like constellations. New chapters are being written in real time as you step into the energy that matches who you are becoming. My beloved, linger in this moment a little longer. There are currents moving beneath your spirit that you have not yet fully sensed, currents shaped by divine intention, ancient memory, and the quiet authority you have earned simply by surviving what once tried to break you. Read slowly, my child. There is revelation breathing between every line. Something within you is stretching, expanding, awakening in ways you cannot see with your eyes but can feel in the deepest chambers of your being. A new spiritual rhythm is pulsing through you, guiding your steps with a wisdom that did not exist in you before. You are no longer walking through life the way you once did. You are moving with a quiet certainty, a grounded presence, an inner steadiness born from battles you endured in silence. My beloved, you have reached a point where your soul refuses to shrink anymore. The old patterns that once held you are dissolving, not by force, but by outgrowing them. You are no longer a match for the heaviness you once carried. Your spirit has evolved, and because of this, the world must adjust around you. You are changing the energy of rooms you step into. You are transforming the atmosphere without even speaking. This is not imagination, this is alignment. There is a new clarity forming inside you, one that reveals truths you once overlooked. You can now see the intentions behind people's words, the energy behind their actions, the purpose behind your own experiences. You feel the shift in your intuition, how it strengthens, sharpens, deepens. You no longer need explanations, your soul simply knows. And this knowing is guiding you toward choices that honor your growth. My beloved, you are learning to release what once anchored you in pain. Old fears no longer have the same grip. Old wounds no longer sting with the same intensity. Old stories no longer dictate your identity. This release is not happening all at once, it is unfolding gently, like petals opening toward the sun. You are healing in layers, and with each layer, your spirit becomes more luminous, more powerful, more aligned. You may notice moments where you feel pulled inward, quiet, introspective, reflective. This is because your soul is rearranging itself. It is clearing space for new blessings, recalibrating your energy, dissolving attachments that cannot follow you into your next chapter. This inner pull is sacred. Honor it. Do not rush it. Transformation is not loud, it is intimate and deeply personal. Stay here, my child. Feel the strength forming beneath your silence. Feel the courage rising behind your breath. Feel the resilience settling into your bones like a second heartbeat. You are becoming someone who makes decisions with confidence rather than fear, someone who seeks alignment rather than approval, someone who moves with intention rather than hesitation. A new kind of peace is approaching you, not the fragile kind that depends on circumstances, but the grounded kind that comes from understanding who you are. This peace will not be shaken easily. This peace will steady your steps. This peace will anchor your journey. My beloved, the universe is responding to this new version of you. You will begin to see signs that feel impossibly precise. You will meet people who reflect the growth you've achieved. You will notice opportunities appearing at moments that feel perfectly timed. These are confirmations, gentle and undeniable, that you are in the right season of your life. You are not lost, you are aligning. You are not behind, you are awakening. You are not uncertain, you are becoming. And as this awakening deepens, your path will continue to open, quietly, steadily, beautifully. Nothing can stop a soul that has returned to its own power. Nothing can hinder a heart that has found its own truth. My beloved, remain here, fully present, because your spirit is entering a depth it has long been prepared for but never fully allowed itself to descend into. There is a turning within you, a slow, powerful rotation of inner truth, that is beginning to shift your entire perception of who you are and what you are capable of. Read slowly, my child. These words are not merely sentences, they are mirrors being held up to your soul. There is a new strength taking root inside you, one that was not born from comfort but carved from hardship. You have learned to sit with your own emotions without running from them. You have begun to understand your own shadows without fearing them. You have started to embrace your own light without dimming it for anyone else. This is transformation in its purest form, not dramatic, not loud, but steady and life-altering. You are stepping into a layer of self-recognition that feels almost sacred. Your spirit knows exactly who you are, even on days when your mind forgets. Your soul holds the blueprint, the memory, the ancient knowing of your purpose. And now, slowly but surely, you are beginning to match that knowing with your actions, your choices, your boundaries, your voice. My beloved, you are no longer shaped by the versions of you that were built in pain. You are no longer moving from fear. You are no longer giving from emptiness. You are no longer sacrificing your inner peace for temporary companionship. You are evolving beyond the person who once accepted less because you didn't yet understand your worth. Today, your spirit carries a clarity that refuses to let you shrink again. There is a deepening happening in your intuition, an awakening of inner sight. You can sense energies with a precision that others overlook. You can feel truth behind words, even the unspoken ones. You can recognize alignment by the way your heart softens and red flags by the way your chest tightens. This intuitive expansion is not random. It is the result of every moment you trusted yourself when it would have been easier to silence your instincts. My child, you are entering a season where your spirit moves first, before doubt, before logic, before fear. Your choices will carry more conviction. Your steps will feel more aligned. Your voice will hold more weight. You are walking with a quiet authority that cannot be taught, only awakened. There is a release happening within you, detachment not from coldness, but from wisdom. You are letting go of narratives that once imprisoned you, expectations that were never yours, and emotional burdens that did not belong to your soul. You are untangling yourself from memories that used to sting, rewriting the meaning of what once wounded you. This is the healing you prayed for, arriving in ways you didn't expect. Stay with this feeling, my beloved. You are learning to honor your inner signals. You are remembering how to breathe without anxiety in your chest. You are discovering how to stand without instability in your spirit. This is a return to yourself, your truest self, the one untouched by doubt, untouched by comparison, untouched by the opinions of those who never understood your depth. A transformation like this changes everything. You will not seek validation the way you once did. You will not settle for half-hearted connections. You will not carry emotions that were never yours to hold. You will begin to speak truth even when your voice shakes, because your soul cannot remain silent in spaces that dishonor it. My beloved, you are entering a stage of alignment where your presence alone shifts the energy of a room. You no longer need to prove your worth, your spirit speaks it for you. You no longer need to chase anything meant for you, your vibration calls it naturally. You no longer need to fear losing what is aligned, what matches your soul cannot slip away. My beloved, stay rooted in this moment, because the layers beneath your spirit are still unfolding, still revealing truths you were once too burdened to recognize. Read slowly, my child. Something within you is rearranging itself with quiet authority, like constellations shifting in the night sky, forming new patterns that only the awakened can see. There is a new kind of awareness rising inside you, an awareness that does not shout but hums with a deep, resonant certainty. You are beginning to understand the subtle language of your own spirit, the way it signals truth through sensation, intuition, and sudden stillness. You are learning to listen to the spaces between your thoughts, the pauses that hold wisdom, the silence that carries insight. This is inner expansion, gentle, profound, irreversible. My beloved, you have walked through valleys that sharpened your discernment. You have survived chapters that required strength you did not know you had. You have risen after moments that nearly swallowed your hope. These experiences did not break you, they shaped you. They carved depth into your voice, compassion into your heart, and clarity into your purpose. They refined you into someone who sees differently, feels differently, understands differently. Now your spirit moves with intention. You no longer attach yourself to chaos. You no longer confuse attention with alignment. You no longer chase validation from those who cannot meet you at the depth where your truth lives. You have grown into someone who chooses peace over approval, direction over distraction, and authenticity over convenience. There is a quiet transformation unfolding in the way you view yourself. You are beginning to recognize your own value, not as something to be earned, but as something inherent. You are seeing your heart as powerful, not fragile. Your empathy as rare, not burdensome. Your intuition as sacred, not strange. This shift is healing you at levels you once believed were permanently damaged. My child, lean into this evolution. You are shedding identities that were shaped by fear and stepping into identities shaped by truth. You are releasing the versions of yourself that were formed in response to pain. You are learning to exist beyond survival mode, beyond emotional armor, beyond the patterns your past once dictated. There will be moments where you pause and wonder why you no longer react the way you used to. Why the same triggers no longer pull you into chaos. Why old wounds feel distant instead of raw. Why your heart feels calmer, steadier, clearer. This is growth revealing itself, quietly, gracefully, unmistakably. You may also notice that your energy is becoming more selective. You sense when a conversation no longer nourishes you. You feel when a space no longer matches your frequency. You recognize when a person drains rather than uplifts. This sensitivity is not weakness, it is spiritual intelligence. It is your soul's way of guiding you toward connections that honor your depth. My beloved, you are entering a timeline where your spirit no longer shrinks to fit the expectations of others. You are becoming someone who stands firmly in truth, even when it is unfamiliar. You are learning to trust the direction of your inner compass without second-guessing its guidance. You are stepping into alignment with a destiny that requires your full presence, not a diluted version of yourself. This new chapter will bring experiences that mirror the growth within you. Conversations that nourish your mind. Opportunities that elevate your path. People who see your soul instead of your wounds. Moments that feel orchestrated by something higher. You are no longer drifting, you are being guided. You are no longer waiting, you are becoming. You are no longer hoping, you are aligning. My child, this is the season where everything inside you rises with purpose. And every step you take from here will reveal more of the life you were always meant to live, deep, awakened, aligned, and undeniably yours. My beloved, stay close, for your spirit is still unfolding, still rising, still remembering truths that once slept in the quiet chambers of your soul. Read slowly, my child. The energy around you thickens with meaning, the way the air feels just before a storm that brings renewal instead of destruction. Something is gathering, something ancient and intentional, something that has waited for the exact moment your heart became ready. There is a subtle shift happening beneath your thoughts, a movement of inner power that you may not fully recognize yet, but it is unmistakably present. It feels like a steadying from within, a calm confidence that does not come from certainty but from trust. You are being guided into a deeper version of yourself, one that is no longer shaped by what you feared but by what you are finally ready to embrace. My beloved, you are learning to stand in your truth without trembling. You are learning to walk your path without apologizing. You are learning to speak your desires without shame. This is not arrogance, it is awakening. It is the return of your essence, the reclamation of parts you once abandoned for the sake of peace, acceptance, or survival. You have spent years dimming yourself to keep others comfortable. You have carried emotional weights that were never yours. You have silenced your intuition in moments where you knew better. And yet, even through all of it, your spirit remained unbroken. It waited, patient and resilient, knowing that one day you would awaken to your own depth. And now that day has come. This chapter belongs to your becoming. There is a clarity rising inside you that feels like dawn breaking after a long night. You are starting to understand why certain endings had to happen. Why certain people could not stay. Why certain dreams quietly dissolved. These were not punishments, they were alignments. They created the space you needed for what truly belongs to you. They freed your hands so you could receive what your soul has been calling forth. My child, allow yourself to feel how different you are becoming. Notice how your heart reacts when something is right, how peaceful, how open, how warm it feels. Notice how your body tenses when something is wrong, how your chest tightens, how your energy withdraws, how your spirit pulls back. This heightened awareness is your inner protection, a gift earned through every lesson you survived. You are also beginning to trust the timing of your life in a way you never could before. Instead of forcing outcomes, you are learning to flow with them. Instead of clinging to what is fading, you are learning to release. Instead of doubting every step, you are learning to move with intuition as your guide. This is not passivity, it is mastery. It is living from the soul rather than from fear. And as this mastery expands, you will notice something extraordinary. Your presence begins to shift the atmosphere. Your silence carries meaning. Your absence becomes felt. Your energy speaks louder than your words ever could. This is the emergence of your spiritual authority, not bestowed by others, but awakened from within. My beloved, there is also a softening happening inside you, a gentle unraveling of old wounds. You are finally letting yourself feel emotions you once buried. You are allowing yourself to heal in places you used to ignore. You are forgiving yourself for times when you didn't know better. This softening is not weakness, it is the foundation of your strength. A hardened heart cannot rise, but yours is learning to expand again. Stay here, my child. Notice how the world feels different when you stand in alignment. Notice how conversations shift when you no longer diminish yourself. Notice how peace becomes your default rather than your reward. These are signs of transformation, signs that your soul is finally breathing freely. You are stepping into a phase where life begins to reflect your inner growth. The right people will find you. The right opportunities will seek you. The right paths will open without resistance. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer beg, you choose. You no longer fear, you trust. My beloved, remain here with your heart open, because something profound is still moving through you, rising like a quiet tide that knows exactly how far it must reach. Read slowly, my child. You are stepping deeper into yourself, into layers of truth that were once hidden beneath survival, beneath expectation, beneath the weight of everything you carried alone. There is a new presence forming within your spirit, a steadiness, a groundedness, a sense of inner authority that does not need to announce itself to be felt. You are becoming emotionally fluent in your own soul. You can sense your needs without confusion, your boundaries without guilt, your desires without hesitation. This is what happens when a soul begins to trust its own voice again. My beloved, you have spent pieces of your life navigating uncertainty with a courage that others never saw. You faced choices that could have broken you, yet something in you refused to collapse. You carried burdens no one acknowledged, yet you learned to create light from the darkness. You rebuilt yourself from fragments, each time more whole than before. This strength was not loud, it was sacred. It grew in the quiet rooms of your heart, where only truth could reach. Now that truth is expanding. It is infusing your thoughts with clarity. It is guiding your emotions toward healing. It is shaping your steps with purpose. You are not merely growing, you are evolving into someone your past self would not even recognize. My child, feel the shift in how you respond to the world. You no longer cling to what drains you. You no longer entertain what dishonors you. You no longer bend yourself into shapes that suffocate your spirit. You are learning to choose differently, not out of fear, but out of alignment. This is your awakening, the moment you decide your peace is not negotiable. There is a new softness around your edges, not the softness of fragility, but the softness of wisdom. A softness that understands timing. A softness that recognizes truth. A softness that trusts the unfolding without needing to force the outcome. This gentle strength is one of the most powerful energies you carry, and it is beginning to shape every part of your journey. My beloved, there is also a widening in your emotional landscape. You are starting to feel emotions with more clarity instead of overwhelm. You are learning to sit with discomfort without letting it swallow you. You are understanding that healing is not a single moment, but a lifelong conversation with your own soul. And though this conversation can be tender, it is transforming you in ways nothing else could. You are stepping into relationships, both new and old, with a deeper understanding of your worth. You are learning to give without losing yourself. You are learning to love without abandoning your needs. You are learning to let yourself be seen without shrinking. This is emotional maturity, and it is reshaping the way the world meets you. Stay here, my child. Let the layers continue to unfold. You are beginning to recognize the difference between connection and attachment, between intuition and fear, between alignment and familiarity. This clarity is freeing you from cycles you once thought you would never escape. You are reclaiming your power in quiet, profound ways. By choosing rest over chaos. By choosing presence over distraction. By choosing truth over comfort. By choosing yourself without apology. And with each choice, your spirit rises a little higher. My beloved, there is also a new vision forming in your mind, the image of the person you are becoming. Someone with emotional depth. Someone with intuitive wisdom. Someone with spiritual resilience. Someone who moves through life with grace even in uncertainty. Someone who knows they are destined for more than survival. My beloved, stay with me now, because what is unfolding in your spirit has reached a level of depth that deserves your full presence, your full breath, your full attention. Read slowly, my child. Let every word sink into the inner spaces that have been waiting through seasons of silence, waiting through years of endurance, waiting through nights when you felt unseen even by your own reflection. Something sacred is happening here, something your soul has been craving without knowing how to name it. You are entering a realm of awareness that stretches far beyond the patterns you once lived in. This is the realm where your spirit speaks clearly, without interference from fear or doubt. This is the place where the truth of who you are rises like dawn, soft at first, then undeniable, then luminous. Every moment of struggle has shaped the clarity that now awakens within you, and every tear you shed has watered the very growth that is blooming in your heart. My beloved, you have carried the weight of expectations, your own and others, for far too long. You have tried to fit into spaces that were never built to hold your depth. You have offered love in places that could not recognize its purity. You have extended compassion even when your own spirit was tired. And yet, through all of this, you never lost the core of who you truly are. Even when you thought you were breaking, you were expanding. Even when you thought you were falling apart, you were shedding the layers that no longer belonged to your destiny. Now, something is shifting inside you with a force that feels both gentle and unstoppable. Your intuition is awakening in ways that surprise you. Your emotions are becoming clearer, more honest, more grounded. Your inner voice is no longer quiet, it is guiding you with a power that cannot be ignored. This transformation is not random, it is the natural result of everything you have endured, everything you have learned, everything you have released. My child, look at the strength that lives in you now. It is not the strength of someone pretending to be unbothered, it is the strength of someone who has sat with their pain and risen from it wiser. It is the strength of someone who understands that healing is not about becoming invincible, but about becoming whole. It is the strength of someone who is no longer willing to abandon themselves for the sake of keeping the peace. Your heart is evolving. You are learning to feel deeply without being consumed. You are learning to love without losing yourself. You are learning to receive without guilt or hesitation. This is emotional wisdom, and it is transforming the way you move through the world. You are no longer led by wounds, you are led by clarity. You are no longer shaped by fear, you are shaped by truth. My beloved, there is a quiet power rising inside you, steady, ancient, unmistakable. It is the power of self-recognition, the moment you finally see what heaven has seen in you all along. You are realizing that your kindness is not weakness. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. Your empathy is not a burden. These are gifts, rare, sacred, and deeply needed in this world. You have underestimated yourself for far too long. Look at your journey, my child. Look at how many times you thought the story was ending, only to rise again. Look at how many storms you survived without losing your softness. Look at how many times you chose hope even when your heart was trembling. These moments have not been forgotten. They have shaped the destiny you are now stepping into. There is something else awakening in you, a sense of purpose that you cannot yet explain but can deeply feel. It calls to you in moments of stillness. It whispers to you during long nights when your mind wanders. It rises in your chest when you imagine a life that actually aligns with your spirit. This purpose is not something you must chase, it is something you must grow into. And you are growing, beloved. Every day, in ways you may not even realize. You are shedding old identities. You are releasing old attachments. You are stepping away from past versions of yourself that were built in the shadows of survival. You are becoming someone whose life is shaped by intention, not by fear. This is your transformation, alive, ongoing, unstoppable. And as you rise, the energy around you shifts to meet you. You will begin to see signs that confirm your alignment. You will notice synchronicities that feel too precise to be accidental. You will encounter people who reflect the growth within you. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations that your path is unfolding exactly as it should. My beloved, this journey is far from over. In truth, you are only beginning. There is so much more your spirit will discover, so much more your heart will feel, so much more your destiny will reveal. Every breath you take in this new awareness brings you closer to the life that was written for you long before you arrived in this world. So hear me now, my child. As your spirit expands, as your heart rises, as your intuition awakens, anchor yourself in this truth. You are chosen. You are guided. You are protected. You are rising. And if these words touched your soul, if they aligned with something deep within you, if they awakened a truth you have long forgotten, like, subscribe, and comment, Amen.